The most important part of taking meaningful action is putting it to use. And one of the questions I get more than any other is, how can I listen to and remember people's names? So we're going to cover that in this session. If we're going to learn how to listen to and remember people's names, then we need a little background information. First, we begin with SIER, always the solid foundation. And you notice that SIER has that asterisk at the end, which is, of course, memory. Very important part of the process. So a memory is the ability to retain and recall past experiences. A developed memory is differentiated by the last line, when you want to. In other words, you're able to recall when you want to, when you choose to, when you need to. There are 3 elements of memory: observation, association, and imagination. And if you can use these 3 elements, you will be able to remember much more. So we're going to change from listening to and remember people's names to searing people's names. And we're going to use mine as an example. My name, as I introduced myself in session number 1, is Rick Bommelj. And the first step is to focus. In other words, when you're meeting someone for the first time, focus on that person. Your job is to get their name, sense, interpret, and evaluate. Step 2, observe them. Pick out a feature so that if you meet them the next time, you'll remember their face, for example. For me, you may pick out my nose or my eyebrows or lack of them, my graying hair, the shape of my face. It could be so many things, but observe is one of the elements of memory. Step 3 is to associate. Associate something that you already know with this new information. In the case of my name, when you sear it for the first time, you may phonetically think about, oh, his last name is Bommelj. Or if you prefer to think in pictures and use your imagination, you can think about a bomb exploding on an L and a J. Bommelj. Step number 4 is take meaningful action. It's been said that a person's name is the sweetest sound to their ears. When you meet someone for the first time, get in the habit of saying their name out loud. Use it in a sentence within the first few minutes after you meet them. That's going to make a connection, plus it's going to lock in your own mind their name. Practice. Say my name out loud right now. Thank you. From a research standpoint, in terms of remembering, after 48 hours, the retention rate drops, unless you take meaningful action, just as you did by saying my last name out loud. My guess is that in another week or so, if someone finds out that you've taken this virtual listening pace course, and they may ask you, well, who's teaching that course? My guess is you'll probably remember my name, because you just took meaningful action. And that's the separator. Searing people's names takes work, and that's your call for action from this session. During our next session, we're going to take meaningful action by dropping defensiveness.